What is up, woke family? It's your boy Woke Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. So the topic that's going to be discussed in this live stream today is going to be in regards to the situation involving Brittany Renner getting heated with Fresh and Fit, talking to them on the Off the Record podcast with DJ Academics, right? So we're just going to get straight into this live stream. Let's really talk about the situation, right? She got heated because Myron from Fresh and Fit basically said that she is not special, right? The one thing that we got to understand is that in this society, we live in a society that is gynocentric. Let me repeat that again. We live in a society that is gynocentric, which basically tries to tell every single woman that you should be uh s how do you say sex liberated, right? You should be sexually liberated. You should feel special, right? That every guy that you come across is going to want you, when in reality, that is not the truth. Not every single guy that you come across that you like is going to like you, and vice versa. Not every single woman that I come across as a man that I like is going to like me. Therefore, you are not special, right? But obviously in the video, right? The link is down in the description below, right? For the video, you have to understand that she is a woman, and on top of that as well too, women tend to diverge from knowing the truth to getting emotional, right? So you have to understand that is the main difference between men and women. Women are emotional creatures, which basically mean that everything appeals to their feelings. That is why you will always hear a woman say, I feel like, I feel like, I feel like. That is a woman's way of telling you her emotions, and she doesn't go off of logic, which basically means that based off of how you feel about a situation, are you going to use your brain power and think of an effective solution, regardless of your feelings, in order to be able to accomplish a task? That is what it means to be logical. Women are not logical, right? They do not think from a logical perspective, they think from an emotional perspective. Whereas not all men, right? I will not characterize it as all men, but masculine, woke men are logical, right? So they're able to separate their feelings from the situation and find a mental and brain power solution in order to be able to deal with the situation at hand. Obviously, from the podcast that we watched, right? The situation is that she obviously felt some type of way about Fit, basically saying, I think I said Fresh originally, but it's Fit, right? Myron Gaines, who said that she is not special, right? So then she basically tries to flip the script and say, how would you feel if she said that he wasn't special? But in reality, you have to understand that when you are a high value man, you are technically special, right? He doesn't have to come out to specifically say that he's special. When you're a high value man and you're working on your purpose and you're trying to elevate to the next level, then you are technically special. And one would say, if that's the situation, then what about a high value woman? A woman derives her high value, right? Esque, not from how hard she works when it comes to making her money, but how good of a helpmeet she is to her husband or her boyfriend that is supposed to become her husband. Can she cook and clean? Is she loyal? Is she submissive? Does she not try to be combative all the time with her husband? Right? These are the things that make a woman high value, right? You have to understand that at the end of the day, we live in a society that is trying to flip the narrative through feminism and S liberation, right? And you have to be able to see the reality for what it truly is. This is brainwashing women to think that it is a situation that they are becoming more free. And the reality of the situation is that that's actually not the case, because you have to realize that when you come across the right man, he's going to demand a lot more from you. So you can't just think that you're going to do whatever you want to do and it's going to cause you to be at a higher level of status. That is a situation that we see here, right? Because the reality is that obviously the people from the Fresh and Fit podcast, Myron and what's the other dude's name? Myron and let's call him Fresh. I forgot his name. But regardless of the situation, they were just holding her accountable for all of the situations that she had gotten into, obviously with PJ Washington. One thing that I definitely noticed on that podcast that I thought was a little bit weird was the fact that Fresh, obviously the dude from Barbados, he knew that Brittany Renner was going to be on the podcast, but he failed to let his partner know. And it's like, that to me is a little bit foul, because it's like, if it's a situation that you knew, that she was going to be on the podcast, you have to properly let your partner know so he can better be prepared for it. Because it's like you caught him off guard, you caught him like in a surprise type of manner. And with that being said, that to me is a little bit foul. But even with that being said, you have to understand that we live in a society now that is trying to cancel traditionalism, but traditionalism is what has kept the family structure for as long as it's been up to current date. And I'm not saying that it's completely perfect, but the family structure that they're trying to head towards right now, which is obviously single mothers running the household, isn't working either, right? Most of the fathers are not in the child's life or children's life. They're in jail, they're in the streets. It doesn't matter. That's not working. We live in a society that is trying to move towards the demonic path that is going to end up costing them at the end of the day. You have to be able to see the truth for the way it truly is. So with this situation about Brittany Renner getting heated, right? You have to be able to see that this is just all appealing to her emotions. You can't go off of the way you want based off of your emotions if you're trying to have a conversation. Because when you're trying to have a conversation, you have to be able to appeal to facts, not based off of the way you feel, right? That is the reality of the situation. And this is exactly how they don't want people to be woke in the society, right? But I will definitely commend Fit, my bad, I keep calling him Fresh. I'll definitely commend Fit, aka Myron Gaines, Mr. Fettit, for definitely remaining calm and composed and not folding. Because the reality of the situation is that in a situation like that, one would have expected him to fold, knowing that he was caught by surprise by Miss Renner on off the podcast show with DJ Academics. But the brother did not fold. And for that, I give him a lot of respect and kudos to him, right? Because you definitely need to learn how to hold your own. We live in a society that you might think that you have people that are really with you, but in all reality, they're against you. So you definitely need to be able to hold your own, speak your mind, and do not have any regrets about speaking your mind, right? Live in what you would call your opinions, right? Not that you can't learn, not that you can't grow, but we live in a society that is completely messed up when it comes to that. And they try to label your opinion as your truth. There's no such thing as your truth. There's the objective truth, and then there's your opinion, right? So that is a situation at the end of the day. One should just use this as an opportunity to be able to grow and be able to learn, right? The reason they also commented on some of the stuff that she was doing is because they believe that Brittany Renner tried to finesse her then boyfriend, PJ Washington, into having a child. This is why I tell you guys, you need to be sure about who you're trying to make a wife or a girlfriend, especially before you get her pregnant, right? You have to really learn how to vet people out properly. See how they are spiritually in their connection with the Most High God. See how they are mentally in their mentality or mentalities. Physically, are they taking care of themselves? Emotionally, how are the emotions? Are they an emotional roller coaster, right? Financially, where are their finances at? In every single aspect, you need to properly vet out your partner. For men, you need to properly vet out women. You need to ask probing questions to really be able to determine what's in her mind and pay attention to her body language, pay attention to what she says, right? Women, the same thing. You need to properly pay attention to how you vet out a man. You need to ask him questions to be able to determine, is this man going to be a good father to my kids in the future? Is he going to be a good person that's going to really be able to help me rise and elevate, to be able to help me lift my status from whatever it is to whatever it could be, right? But the thing is that we live in a society, especially in a generation where a lot of people are just here to waste time. You have to understand the time that you waste, you're not going to get it back. Let me repeat that again. The time that you waste, you're not going to get it back. You need to value every single minute of your time and use it to your best ability in order to be able to achieve the most results. That's not going to happen if you're just wasting time. Value your energy, value your aura, value your essence. Stop wasting time and properly vet out your partners in order to be able to have a long-lasting, healthy relationship that's not toxic, right? And the thing you're going to realize is that during that vetting process, if you're talking to somebody that is toxic, their attitude and their behavior and their demeanor is going to show that they're toxic. Therefore, you want to separate yourself from them completely. Don't even give it a second thought. Your gut is going to always tell you somebody's wrong for you. If your gut feeling tells you somebody's wrong for you, you need to leave the situation, right? Value yourself, elevate, keep rising, do the things that you need to do on a daily basis in order to become the greatest version of yourself. Trust in God and just keep elevating, man. This is your year in order to be successful. This is your year in order to become the person that the Most High God has called you to become. Don't allow people that are not going to add any type of value to your life to come into your life and just sap you of your energy, right? You can be a high vibrational being, but you're trying to give your energy to people that you believe need your help. but they're just going to come in and take all of your energy, and then you're going to be left at zero. For what? Why are you going to come and let people take your energy? You need to value your energy with everything that you have in you, right? Because these people are just here to take from you. They don't really care about you. They care about what you can do for them. Let me repeat that again. They don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. Therefore, you need to value yourself with the utmost energy. You need to value yourself by trusting in God. You need to value yourself by taking care of yourself. You need to value yourself by not allowing certain people to have your energy, because you pay attention to what they say, how they say it, and how they act around you. And that truly tells you how they really feel about you. They're not for you. Therefore, you mind your business and you stay in your lane and don't entertain that type of nonsense. Start valuing yourself. You're the prize at the end of the day. Treat yourself like you're the prize. Don't allow yourself to be treated badly by people that are not even at your level. And it's not even to make it seem like you're better than certain people, but it's just the reality of that certain people are on higher frequencies and higher vibrations than other people, right? Why are you going to lower your vibration to somebody that you know that you're a higher vibration than, right? If we look at this podcast with academics, Brittany Renner and Fresh and Fit, this woman was trying to attack Fresh and Fit, right? Especially Fit, Myron Gaines. If you saw the way he was cool, calm, and collected, because he understands that he's at a higher vibration, higher frequency than the woman. So if you resort down to her level, who is really winning? It's her. You got to value yourself. You got to put yourself first and keep elevating. There's no excuse to be average. There's no excuse to be at a low vibration. People will try on a daily basis to piss you off. People will try on a daily basis to be able to lower your vibration by getting you mad, by getting you angry, by getting upset. You have to make the conscious decision. Let me repeat that again. You have to make the conscious decision to not get pissed off at what people are trying to do in order to be able to invoke a reaction out of you. You have to be conscious about it. You have to be conscientious about the things that people are trying to do. Because people are trying to get you pissed. You can't allow yourself to get pissed. You can't allow yourself to get angry. Stay focused. The goal is at hand. You have to put in the work now in order to become the person you want to become. Let this example with Brittany Renner, off the record with academics and Fresh and Fit, serve as an example to people who are going to put themselves in relationships that they don't need to be in. You need to properly vet your partner out and have your partner properly vet you out in order to be able to determine that you guys are both looking for the same thing in order to become the person that you know you're meant to become. Because all of this time that you're wasting, you're better off wasting money than wasting time. Because once you waste time, that time will never come back to get you. Repeat that again. That time will never come back to get you. And that means that once you lose that time is gone forever, right? Stay focused, keep pushing, and become the person that you know you're meant to become. So at the end of the day, you can be doing the things that are going to help you to rise and elevate to the next level. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. This is going to be in this live stream. If you like this live stream, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this live stream with your friends, subscribe to the channel at Wokeebucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and social media links. So make sure you give those a check. But without further ado, this is going to be in this live stream. This is Wokeebucks, and I'm out, man.